Okay, well, I'm here basically because I think that the opportunity to have a legacy project by one of Britain's most foremost sculptors in this beautiful market town is an unparalleled opportunity that is being missed by the council. And I know that the alternative proposal is important, but there are many other sites where the recycling stuff could equally well go. This is a really good opportunity to use a building that's in a part of Hexham that's great for parking, great facilities. Gormley wants it. We want Gormley. I think we should be standing up to have this building used in the way that he proposes. So that's why I'm here.
I'm Joe Morris. I'm the Member of Parliament for the Hexham constituency.
Joe, we're here on the seal in Hexham at show of strength, I suppose, for in support of Antony Gormley coming to the town. Why do you think it's important?
Well, first of all, it's incredible to see such an incredible show of support from the community. It shows just how passionate the Hexham community is about the arts and about it putting Hexham on the map through arts and culture and through investing in our area. I'm here to show my support and to show my opposition to Northumberland County Council's decision, which I think is totally wrong-headed and is just further example that they're seeking to put a ceiling on the ambition of the west of Northumberland, which I think is completely wrong.
What do you think? What would you like to see the council do about this decision?
Look, I'd like to see the council rethink their decision. I'd like to see the council look again at how they can support the west of the county, because the west of the county has so much to offer. You know, we have some of the most beautiful landscapes in England, some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world. We need to back our communities, back our local businesses, and back opportunities to put West Northumberland on the map.
I'm Joe.
And Joe, why have you come here today?
I've come here because I think that the Antony Gormley's idea is something that's just a great opportunity for Hexham, and I think it would be a shame for anything to get in the way of that. And I'd love to hear from the council, like what would it take to get to yes for something like this? Because it's such a fantastic thing, such a way of bringing more people into Hexham, into this great town. So I thought I'd come along and play my part in that.
I'm John.
John, why have you come today?
It's the community. Hexham has a great community feel, and we want to build that. The bid to become an arts town is part of the whole thing, and to have Gormley exhibited here as well as just having the foundry here will be a huge addition to the things that happen in Hexham.
What would your message be then to the county council regarding their recent decision?
They need to look with more imagination than just saving a small amount of money. I'm not denying that the recycling is vitally important, but they need to think about the broader picture rather than the day-to-day mechanics of running the business.
And what do you think about the number of people who've turned out today in support of this?
I think it's great. I think it's wonderful, and I think it indicates how strongly the people of Hexham think about this.
My name's Barbara Armstrong. I live in Corbridge, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why have you come here today?
Just because I think it's very short-sighted of the county council. I mean, when Gormley got that space, opened a gallery, it's so near the station it would bring visitors who then go into town, spend money. Hexham's dying, so it would be another draw to get people in.
What benefits do you think centre like the Antony Gormley Foundation Centre would bring to the town?
Well, it's culture. We need culture in our lives, don't we? At the moment, everything's very gloomy. But it would bring visitors to the town, and the visitors spend money, and that's what Hexham needs.
Suzanne Fellis-Aitken, I'm the County Councillor for Hexham East.
So Suzanne, what's happened here today?
Well, yes, I hope you've seen the footage. Hexham came out in force. It was incredibly moving. If you build it, they'll come, I think they say. And we basically want an angel-shaped hole in Hexham filled The onus is now on the County Council to fill this space, and that was what we were recreating there. The electorate's spoken. The petition has reached 3,600 people in a week, which is just shy of how many people voted in May's elections in the town. They have to listen. They have to try and reverse the decision. The call-in's in. I mean, this was entirely positive today. This is the people speaking. It's really not about politics or us. It's the people of Hexham want this to happen. They love Gormley. They love his vision. And yeah, let's bring this angel back home.
So you say that the County Council have called the decision in. What does that mean? Yes. So councillors cross-party have called the decision that was made by Cabinet quite urgently in for scrutiny. That will be on the 3rd of December. So that's, again, yes, like I say, cross-party leaders in the council holding the Morpeth Cabinet to account for a decision we think was made. It was quite rushed. We feel that their report was a kind of a justification of what they were going to do anyway, rather than actually weighing up the options. And the other option is so positive and so brilliant and such legacy for Hexham. And, you know, we had figures in there, I think it was 3 million a year brought into Hexham in the economy. All of this stuff has been ignored, and yes, so that's the call-in, and we'll see what comes of that. So if this opportunity was not taken up in Hexham, there's a danger surely that this opportunity could go elsewhere.
There is, and we do fear that, which is why today was so important. I think Gormley loves this town. He's been based here for 20 years, as he repeatedly says in his statement. I think he wants very much to bequeath something to this town. The statue would be brilliant, that has been proposed near the river or in the river, and NCC need to very much sort of help with that, and just get on board with a sort of cultural vision for Hexham and its arts town.
I'm Penny Grennan. I'm the Deputy Mayor of Hexham Town Council and one of the organisers of today's event on the Seal.
So what's happening today on the Seal, Penny?
Well, what we wanted was to show our support for Antony Gormley's wish to set up his foundation in this town. So it's a positive thing, and we decided that to remind everybody that Gormley is the architect of the Angel of the North, that we would put a big shape, which was the Angel of the North, on the slope at the Seal, and we invite as many people who support him being in the town to come down, and they did. They came down in their hundreds, and it was so exciting, and filled up the space that we'd marked out, and also did an outline and cheered, and it was a very positive event, and it was the town supporting what could be one of our greatest artistic assets, in the face of Northumberland County Council refusing to sell him the old fire station.
So why is it important, do you think it was important for the arts and culture to be embedded in a town like Hexham?
Well, it's because the town has got such a huge artistic and cultural community, and I'm not just talking about the Queen's Hall and the cinema and the book festival. Well, all the festivals are extraordinary. I have a huge number of festivals, but actually practicing artists, businesses, arts businesses, the schools. Art is part of the life that we lead for everybody, but particularly in Hexham. And we had a long discussion about whether we wanted to become an arts town, and we've done research and we've talked to people, and people seem to be on board with it. And what it will do is it will focus people's attention on the arts. Hopefully money will follow it. So Anthony saying he'd like to set up foundation here, which is his legacy planning for the future, was a gift. But not one that's, well, hopefully this sort of event will help the County Council to realise how important we think this is and how much support there is for these sorts of things, but particularly this one.
And some people might say, well, you know, the arts are for a certain section of the community. You know, they're not important to the day-to-day life of a town. What would you say to that?
Well, I'd say that people think that, if they do think that, those people who think that because we have a sort of hierarchy of arts in this country. If you look at France, tiny villages host all sorts of arts and music festivals all the time, and they don't go, oh no, what's that got to do with me? Everybody, unless they live in a cupboard below the stairs, engages with the arts. They listen to the radio, they watch the television, they go to the pictures, their kids go to school and draw pictures. You know, so it's not true. It's actually not true that people don't engage with the arts. But if we're going to monetize this argument, which I find rather offensive, because it's also about quality of life and a means of expression and understanding, is that for every £1 that's spent on the arts, it yields £8, and this is well documented. And we have such a lively arts scene here, and also everybody's involved in arts in some way or other. It's a way of bringing the town together under one sort of umbrella. So I'd like to have a conversation with those people who think that they don't engage with the arts, because as human beings we all do and we always have.
And I think the decision's been called in by the council to be reviewed in early December. Is there anything people can do between now and then to express their view, whether it's for or against?
Well, for. I mean, they can write to us. Obviously, if you're not in favour of Sir Antony Gormley setting up his foundation here, then please write to the town council through the usual channels. But if you're in favour of it, we do have a petition that's live at the moment, and that is continuing into mid-December. I think so far we've got about 4,000 signatories, and it's only been in operation for a short amount of time, so there's a lot of support. So if you'd like to add your name, you have to go onto the petition site at the County Council, or if you have a look at the Hexham Town Council Facebook page, there's a link to the petition there, and we'd really appreciate it. I mean, imagine if, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands. We're only a town of only 11,000 people. Imagine if 11,000 people signed.
And it would be a thing for the whole region, wouldn't it? I mean, you know, we talk about Hexham, but actually the impact of people coming to the region, staying in the region, perhaps having a few days and exploring different areas, the business impact potentially could be huge.
Yes, absolutely massive. So the Angel of the North was hugely contested at the time, and we all love it, and it brings people to the region. It's an iconic thing that everybody in the region shares. That's what we want in Hexham. We want people to go, oh, I'm coming to Hexham because it's a historic town, it's very beautiful, but also because I'm interested in the work of Antony Gormley, I'm interested in his legacy, I'm interested in what the town has to offer in the arts as well. So it's part of a bigger picture, which is sort of what we fail to understand in terms of the County Council's decision.
Penny, thank you very much for talking to Hexham TV.
Thank you.